Hey, Keyforge Corner here. So today we're going to talk about... Hold on a second. Hello? Yeah? Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, I'll tell him. So Call of the Archons just called. They said they want their phase shift back. Alright. Dumb intros aside, Helper Bot. That's our current card for today. Helper Bot says, play. You may play one non-logos card this turn. And if you couldn't tell by my joke at the very beginning of the video, Helper Bot is pretty much phase shift in creature form. And if I might argue, I feel like Helper Bot is actually an improvement on phase shift. As with phase shift, you got the benefit of cleansing your hand of some cards, of playing some cards which would be broken or just good to use in a certain house / turn. But with Helper Bot, you can actually go a step further because you still do all of this, but you could also gain Amber in the future if Helper Bot stays alive, because let's remember, all creatures can reap and give you an Amber for it. And since Helper Bot is an Amber, and since Helper Bot is a creature and phase shift isn't, it would make you think that Helper Bot is better, and honestly speaking, he kind of is. Even though this now has this new card, which makes it so for one turn, your opponent's creatures have no effects. There was already a card in Call of the Archons which said your opponent can use action cards, and that's similar enough. So I feel like even though there are cards to combat this, it still doesn't make it any less good. I still feel like Helper Bot has a bunch of potential, and the reason why I feel like he will survive and give you at least like an Amber is because he's not a high priority target. Now what I mean by this, usually in Keyforge you kill high priority targets first, and if there are no high priority targets, you reap or do other things. Meaning, for example, Helper Bot, who already did everything that he needs to do and has low power, is not a high priority target because he's just a weak creature that has no effect on the field anymore. With, for example, cards like Dusk Witch, Amber Imp, and all of these cards which either create a ridiculous advantage for your opponent or block you, those are your priority targets, the things you need to take care of so you can play Keyforge good, you know, putting it simply. With Helper Bot, he already did everything he needs to do, and the only reason someone would kill him is if you don't have any high priority targets on the field and he's like an equal with all the other creatures you have on your field. That's exactly why I feel Helper Bot is going to be really useful in this set, because there are a lot of high priority targets your opponent wants to take care of. All the anti-reaping cards, the Sanctum Ambassadors, the, I don't know, actually good Untamed cards. There are a lot of good creatures which are way more important than Helper Bot, which need to be taken care of so your opponent can actually start playing. So not only will he do the same thing as phase shift, but he'll most likely give you some reaps before he goes away for good. And now this is aside from its effect, an interesting fun fact for all of you lore guys here. This card is actually associated with Doc Buckton, and the way Helper Bot is associated with Doc Buckton is from the flavor text. So Doc Buckton's flavor text reads, "Don't worry Momo, we'll have this quantum death ray installed in no time." And Helper Bot's flavor text says, "See Momo, I told you it wouldn't take long, Doc Buckton." So as you can see, this pretty much means that Helper Bot is Momo after the quantum death beam has been installed. And for some reason, see, when I saw this flavor text, I really wished that Momo would become a creature in the next set, but I expected more something like, I don't know, crazy damage or destruction effects, not things like playing non-logos cards. It's kind of odd, really. I get that Momo is a Helper Bot, and helping also kind of means that phase shift could be its effect, but really, if you install a quantum death ray on something, do you expect it to destroy a bunch of or do you expect it to play a card from a different house? I think the destruction part is what most of you would genuinely say. Anyway, that's at least what I think about it. So, final judgment, Helper Bot, an amazing card. If you have multiple copies in your deck, that's just great. Now, what do you think about Helper Bot? Tell me in the comments below. Do you think it's better than phase shift? Do you have any cool combos you'd like to share in the comments below? Let's discuss. I'm the Keyforge Corner. I hope you guys will keep on forging those keys, and I will see you tomorrow.